Hi, everybody. I'm trying to get the video going. I don't know what happened here. Yeah. There we go.
Michael Martino was a Marine Cobra pilot who died heroically while flying a combat mission in Iraq.
Even a year after it's happened, every day is just so tough to get through. There's always constant memories, but then you come out here and see something like this that people are doing for your son and other soldiers that are other servicemen. It makes it easier.
It brings a tear to my eye to see people come together. We bury a lot of folks here. We did a funeral yesterday, and this is a good opportunity to do something other than bury our comrades, to pay honor and respect them. And so it's kind of a special moment today. I'm a Vietnam era draftee. When I came back to the United States, we didn't wear uniforms. We were instructed to take our uniforms off. Now, wherever I go, we get a lot of support. Everybody, I believe, understands that these men and women give everything for their country, and this is an opportunity, I think, just to give a little bit back.
I watched this mother and a little boy place a wreath on one of the stones, and I remember thinking, someday when the words in his name are all worn off, there still will be someone who will come by and pay their respects to my son's memory. And this is the impact and the reason why I continue to work with Wreaths Across America.
We've been laying wreaths here at Arlington since 1992. This is our 15th year. I'm from Harrington, Maine. Our business is making Christmas wreaths and other Christmas decorations. I wanted to give back, and it's because of the freedom that we all have is why I can do what I do, and everybody else can do what they do, but I just wanted to give back.
After 9/11, we all came together and remembered that we loved the country and we loved our freedom, and we understood that. And then, then we got busy again and got complacent. We're a grateful nation. We just got to show it.
I don't want to let my brother's name be forgotten. And nobody should let anybody that's killed over here their name forgotten or forgot what they did.
Ultimately, it's all about saying thank you to everyone in here.
In life, they honor their country. In death, their country honors them.
A beautiful gesture of gratitude for those who gave us the ultimate gift.
And Hannah, you were there yesterday. What did it mean to you personally to be there in Arlington?
I think, I guess a tendency for us all to listen to numbers. I mean, there are 2.7 million such.
I have to say that to everybody, Happy Veterans Day is coming up. And I ran across Wreaths Across America a few years ago, and it really touched me, especially that I have a lot of family members that are veterans as well. And I know some people who have passed away from being at war as well. And I just felt that it was a beautiful gesture, especially for those who are forgotten. What this company has done is to honor the veterans, and we'll have Karen on here soon, an executive director of Wreaths Across America, to discuss it more. But I did get 2 wreaths last year for the Pompano Beach, one of the Pompano Beach memorials, and because they were just forgotten. So 2 people were honored that day on my behalf, and many others. And that's what it's all about. So it's remembering our veterans and really understanding what that is, what they've done for us, how they keep us free. We're free. We're a free country. We're in the United States of America. We're in the best country there is in the world. And we have the freedom that we don't have anywhere else in the world. And because of those soldiers that they keep us safe, that's why we are free. So if people may not understand that, but there's a reason why we have soldiers, and my family's been in the Air Force and the Army. I have Marines. So I think I have one of everything in my family. And so, it's just a day to honor them. One day, it should be all the time. So that's what Wreaths Across America is trying to do, is just keep that message that we always honor these forgotten soldiers out there. And there's a lot of unnamed soldiers too. So we'll talk about that too, how they do the March to Arlington as well. I wish I could be there, because I think that must be an amazing event. So I'll have to plan it one year to go there, because I think it has to be such an amazing event. And we'll find out from Karen right now, our guest, more about Wreaths Across America. And It's Joy Karen.
Hello, thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, it was just interesting. I was going through my emails and I remember somebody had reached out to me. And like I said, I had purchased some wreaths. And I really wanted to honor you guys for what you do, especially because Veterans Day is coming. And we have I'm going to a big event this Saturday. It's a salsa event for veterans. So, and all the salsa artists that are performing actually are Army or veterans. So we have one woman, Izzy, la enfermera de la salsa. She's the nurse of the salsa. She's an actual nurse in the Army. She's a nurse in the Army currently, but she's a salsa artist. And she sings on the bases and she sings all around. They helped for the troops and everything. So it's really amazing. And Edwin Reyes, he's also a veteran, and he's in charge of this event, putting all these people together that have served our country. So I thought it would be a great opportunity. I want to mention at the event about Wreaths Across America, and since they're all veterans as well, they will appreciate it and see if we can get more people to come to the cemeteries.
That'd be great. We're very well known for placing wreaths in December, and this year it's December 14th. And but we have a year-round mission. And so Veterans Day is really important to us. Our complete mission is to remember the fallen, honor those that serve and their families. But the most important is to teach our kids the cost and value of freedom. And we have incredible opportunities to do that year round. But absolutely, yes, we want people to come out to the cemetery. The video that you showed, I liked it. I think I was like 10 years younger then. So good choice, Alida. Thank you. But we've grown so much. What started as a family thing in 1992 with 5,000 wreaths blossomed into the 501c3 that is Wreaths Across America. And I just got word this morning that this year we have 4,834 locations nationwide where we will be placing wreaths. People can go to wreathsacrossamerica.org and see where the cemeteries are near them. By the way, that's 723 new locations for this year alone.
Wow.
We also, and I need to say that the incredible growth is because of the volunteers. We have probably 3 million volunteers. They organize these locations and make sure that they go out and get sponsorships so that everybody in those cemeteries, wherever there's a veteran is buried, is going to be honored. And we're going to speak their names. So we have, as of this morning, 7,325 groups that are out there making sure that this happens. And without those volunteers, Wreaths Across America would cease to exist. They take this national movement and make it very personal in each community to make sure that local veterans are honored as part of the bigger picture, which is this amazing country.
Yeah, it is. And right now I'm in a location that I moved about 6 months ago here in Florida. That is a big veteran retiree location, and we're also close to the park where they say they discovered America when I guess Columbus came, or Ponce de Leon. They came through the port over here in Melbourne somewhere. So we just had a big Puerto Rican Day festival in October. And we honor the veterans as well. Our mayor here in Palm Bay is a veteran. And so there's a lot of things. They're doing a big parade on the Veterans Day here. And I looked up, I'm volunteering, and I'm volunteering here at the Palm Bay location in Babcock at the Fountainhead Memorial Park. So if anybody wants to join me, just let me know, send me a message. The more people that come, the better. And my husband and I will be going. I'll probably take my mother, my aunt, and just have the whole family come and honor that day.
Everybody. And the kids, take the kids.
Yeah.
One of the things that we always do, and we've said this, it started way back when my husband first took wreaths to Arlington. As he placed a wreath, you couldn't help but say the name. And we believe that a person dies twice. The first time is when the breath leaves their body, their heart starts beating. But the final time is when their name is spoken for the last time. So we always ask that as you place the wreath, you say the name of that veteran that served. And most importantly, is to talk to that person about the children, to the children, and help them understand. We're so proud. I spoke of year round, and if there are any teachers looking for something to do for Veterans Day, if they go to wreathsacrossamerica.org, go to our Teach programs. We have curriculum from preschool through grade 12. And it's all about teaching kids not only what freedom is, the value of freedom, but responsibility for freedom, and how kids have to understand that they will be the next generation who has to preserve our freedom. So one of the most important things that we can do for veterans is to get the message into the hearts of kids. I was one of my mentors, Roger Donlin. He just passed away. He was the first Medal of Honor recipient in the Vietnam War. And I asked him one day, and I asked him, he actually Medal of Honor he received. And I asked him, what's the most important thing that Wreaths Across America can do? And he said, teach our kids to love our country. And so we work year round to make sure that people embrace those who are serving, embrace their families. It's so difficult for some of these families with mom or dad away serving, and, you know, trying to get through life is hard. And it's hard when you're part of your family is not there, and also Gold Star families who are missing people at the table over the holidays. So embrace them. But boy, the most important thing we can do is teach those kids how blessed they are and the characteristics of the people who serve us, because service to country is important for every one of us.
Yeah, that's excellent. I think that is so true. And I will share this out. I know my sister's a teacher, my niece is a teacher in the elementary schools, and I have other friends that are teachers. So I will definitely let them know to make sure they check out your website and add some training to the children, because I think it's very important. And I think that we've lost a lot of history in our education. You know, they tried to erase culture a couple of years ago, right? So many things have changed, and I don't think children understand what's going on. You know, they just see the parents.
And I think that it's not just small children either. I think they're, you know, and I think even some adults, when I was young, which was a very long time ago, we learned civics. We learned how to participate in government. We learned how to be responsible. And you also knew people. You know, I had a cousin who served in Vietnam. My husband was in college. He did not serve, but he has so many friends. And, you know, getting to know those people that serve, getting to know Gold Star families, having your children be around those people is one of the most important things that you can do for those kids. You know, I always quote Pericles, and everybody laughs at me, but I'm going to read you my quote if you'll bear with me. Pericles said a long time ago, "What you leave behind is not what's engraved in a stone monument, but what is woven into the lives of others." And it is so important that we weave that into the lives of our children. Responsibility, love of country, patriotism. Those are not bad words. Those are good things that will teach us. All the other things come from that. Tolerance, you know, and working together, having that solid base and being proud of who we are. And we can do that best by sharing stories of the people that serve, because they've given the most.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have to talk to my cousin. I have one cousin that lives a couple of miles from me. He served and he's retired, and you know, he's about 76 years old now. So he has some stories. So I have to get those war stories from him. My other cousin lives in Atlanta. He's retired military as well. I have two uncles that served in Vietnam. I think my grandfather served in World War II or something like that, you know. And being that, I don't know if you know, but you know, the Puerto Ricans were the first Latin group of, well, I forgot what they called, the battalion, right? That went to Vietnam and served the country and everything like that. So
great story. And, you know, I think for a while, there's been this misnomer, because what do kids see about the military? They'll turn on the TV and they'll see the wounded warriors who need help. And we need to continue to do that. But we're completing a series of Serve and Succeed, where people tell the stories of how they went in the military and served their time and took the tools that they learned in the military to build great careers. And it is a career opportunity. And there are way, way, way more stories of people who have learned amazing skills by serving in the military. And one of those skills is selflessness and putting, you know, serving others. lots of times that's what is missing with people when they're, struggling. And if you go out and do something for other people, it elevates your own self-value. So
Yeah.
I think we need to get back to teaching that, and not only just to kids, but reminding ourselves that there is peace in service, and there is service to community. Whatever, find somebody to help, and it will help you.
Yeah, that you're so right. It's true. It helps your soul. It just lifts up your
Absolutely.
spirit. So a lot of times, I was depressed for a little bit or just down, and somebody said that to me. Go visit somebody, do something. So I went out and visited my cousin and his wife that are at an assisted living facility. So I went over there, say hi to all the people there, and it just makes you feel so much better. You're making somebody else smile for the day, just to
Right.
make a smile. I mean, so
Right.
many people are
And
so lonely.
Yeah, we just we need a dose of tolerance and kindness, and getting back to the basics. I in the piece that you showed, and I get very emotional because I often talk about 9/11 was a terrible day, but 9/12 was amazing for how the country came together. And gosh, I haven't survived the election. I guess we've all survived it. We need to do that. We need to take a look at how much good we have, and the diversity we have is a strength, not a weakness. And come together and teach that to our children, but in a way where we can't hit each other with hammers. We got to reach out with our hands and open hearts, and bring everybody together, because this is the best country in the world, and we can make it. Whatever we want it to be, we can make it.
That's true. You can do whatever you want in this country. You can have any career you want. You can study. There's so many opportunities that some things you don't even have to pay for. So there's, that's why so many people want to come here, right? So many people want to come from other countries, and people don't understand what they go through in other countries as well. But between the poverty, the violence, against women, children, and all the other things that they're going through, and that's why they flee. But hopefully now we'll have a better system that people can come here. Like my parents came in 1945 through Ellis Island from Puerto Rico, and they were American then, right? But they came to Ellis Island. They signed the paperwork. They signed their names in, and they came in the front door, and they were vetted and everything. And I think they need to open Ellis Island up again.
Well, I don't do politics, but I will tell you this. We need everybody here. We need the people. We need the cultures. We need everybody coming together, and everybody that's been here plays an important part in our history. And we need to I'm saying we need to make the kids know their history so that they can have it as part of their future. And Wreaths Across America, that simple act of going into the cemetery and placing a wreath and saying the names, it gives you such an opportunity to talk to kids. And it's different than being at a funeral. It's being there to celebrate these lives and celebrate each other. The year before COVID at Arlington National Cemetery, there were 90,000 people there to lay wreaths.
Wow.
And I remember I was standing on top of the Women's Memorial looking at all those people. And all I could think of, wow, look at this. They were from all walks of life. They were all different ethnicities. There were Christians, or I'm sure there were atheists. I'm sure there were Catholics and Muslims, and everybody was standing in long lines and not even complaining, because when you're standing in that line, you can meet a Gold Star mother. And there are a lot of kids who don't know what a Gold Star family is. And the opportunity, the feeling that you have when you attend a Wreaths Across America event is kind of like 9/12. It's taking a breather from everything else and saying, here's something we can agree on. But for these men and women, we would not be free. And so taking that pause, especially to embrace families at the holidays when what can you say when they sit down to dinner and somebody's missing?
Exactly.
So, it's so important. And knowing those families has enriched my own children's lives so much that I can speak firsthand on the value of it. So I'm very blessed to have the opportunity to do it.
Well, I'm looking forward to going this year over to Palm Bay and volunteer and put wreaths. I'm looking forward to that. My husband will be coming with me, and I'll bring the family so they can experience it too. It's really close to my house. And I told everybody, go to Wreaths Across America and check out their website. There's a location. You can go there and find a location near you So what I did was I already put a couple of locations. I showed my location that I'm going to. Oh, that's a Miami one. Here's a Miami location. If you're down in Southwest 8th Street, there's a Miami location. The Pompano location that I went to last year off of Copans Road, really great cemetery. You'll believe how many, just so many that are just nobody goes. So it was really emotional, you know. And I found the one in Puerto Rico too. So you have places everywhere, all around the United States. If you have to find a place in your city, because I looked and there's a whole bunch of
They're
places.
everywhere.
They're everywhere. And again,
And if they're not everywhere, if they're not close to you, you can sign up. You can sign up, and we actually, if you sign up, the founding family, my husband actually donates the ceremonial wreath, so you get one for each branch of the military plus POW or MIA, so that even as late as it is this year, if you don't have wreath for every stone, you can have ceremony with wreaths representing the branches of the military. So we just want everybody to get involved. And Alida, you can always get to us if somebody has questions you can't get answered, and send some pictures. And I think your event sounds amazing. I wouldn't want anybody to see me try to salsa, but but I'd like to try. But what a great idea, though, that is. And I think it's a great way to honor the veterans. Super.
Yeah, so every year Edwin Reyes does, this is his second year that he's doing the Bailable para los Veteranos, veterans, right? So the dance for the veterans, and all these artists, like I told you, a lot of them are veterans themselves. So, you know, it's like a double whammy. You get salsa and you get veterans at the same time. So, yeah, I will definitely put like a QR code to your Wreaths Across America and see if, you know, people can scan it and you know, go donate, because there's places in Orlando, there's places in Kissimmee. I mean, Florida is huge, so you have to find a spot. I already found there's about 3 locations. There's 2 locations near me, and like close, and then there's a whole bunch more around. So there's no excuse. There's a place for you to go.
Right, absolutely.
So, and I put the website there, wreathsacrossamerica.org, so everybody can see that. And I appreciate you, Karen. I don't know if there's anything else you want to tell our viewers out there.
Just thank you. And thank you, Alida, for bringing it to people's attention. We don't lose a lot of people once they go to an event. And that's how we grow. They'll go to somebody else's event at a cemetery, and then they want to bring it to their cemeteries. It doesn't have to be a national cemetery. It can be a little cemetery in front of your church, wherever there's a veteran buried. So you'll be glad you did. Take your kids, take your grandkids, take your next door neighbor who might be a vet that you don't even know it. And
exactly.
Take pause, and you'll love how it feels to come together just before the holidays to remember those who gave us that freedom.
Exactly. So December 14th, they'll have the Wreaths Across America and all the locations. And then that day you also go to Arlington, you said, right? And
Right,
you do the
right.
procession there.
We do take a whole week. We leave a week before, take a convoy of, 13 trucks and 20 vehicles and all kinds of Gold Star families and veterans. And we leave Maine, and we stop at schools and municipalities and talk to the kids and talk to the communities and bring their veterans together with the people on the convoy. And it's just a whole teaching thing. And we have a fantastic Facebook presence if people want to watch the convoy. And I do want to give one more shout out. This year we'll be placing a little over 3 million wreaths, and 95% of those wreaths are going to be carried to their locations by volunteer trucking companies. Massive gift to the veterans and to our organization. So to all the volunteers that are remembering, honoring, and teaching, our organization says thank you. We couldn't do it without you.
That's awesome. That's I mean, just thinking about it, I got goosebumps already. Just thinking about that. It's just amazing. It's amazing. And it's a great educational opportunity, like I said. So definitely I will share this to all the teachers that I know and get them make sure they start teaching our children, our young ones, especially. I know my sister does younger elementary school kids, which is a perfect time to honor the veterans, and they can learn about it. So I appreciate you, Karen, so much, and I'll keep touch base, and I will take some videos when we go December 14th here locally, and we'll do a live from there so people can see us with the wreaths and the full. There'll be a full ceremony there. I see it. I said when you look up the locations, everybody, it tells you there if there's a full ceremony going on or what's going on in the location. It's really simple. You just have to go to the website, like I said, and then there's a location. Then you put your zip code or a name. If you know, most of the time you put your zip code in and boom, the map comes out. Click on the map. It's interactive. You can move it around. You can look for places in other cities or other states and everything like that. It's really simple. So I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
You're welcome. Have a great weekend. And if you ever come to Florida, you got to salsa with me.
I will. I'll give it a try. I'd love to give it a try.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, we had a great day today. Awesome interview with Karen. And I hope you guys learned so much about Wreaths Across America. It's really an incredible organization, nonprofit, to help remember all the veterans out there. And you feel good doing something to help others. So I suggest highly that you go to this to check out any location in your area and volunteer. You can also buy a wreath. You can donate on the website. You can buy a wreath or 2 or 5 or 20, whatever you want, and then they'll place them somewhere too. So I do that too. And I'll be going into Palm Bay here in one of the memorials, and there's one also at the Catholic Church, the St. Joseph Catholic Church. There's another one going on. So just look it up. And I'm just going to end with a little video of the history of Veterans Day in case you don't know. So you never know. You always learn something on this program. So have a great weekend. And before I do that, don't forget this weekend is a big weekend. And I'm going to just put some information for the Bailable de los Veteranos. And that didn't come out right, but it's okay. The event, the salsa for the veterans this weekend with Edwin, and el Bailable Internacional de los Veteranos. Chamaco Rivera, El Calvito Reyes, Izzy is la enfermera de la salsa. We have Christian Ray, Ivan Kaku from all the way from the Canary Islands. So he's coming a long way. It's going to be an incredible event. You can still get tickets. They're almost sold out, so check it out. And I will give you a little demo here.
Oye, ya como fue anunciado, el sábado 9 de noviembre, en la International Drive en Orlando será el segundo bailable internacional dedicado a los veteranos. Y como pedido por el público, una noche especial donde se encuentra la salsa clásica con la salsa nueva. En tarima, Edwin el Calvito Reyes y su salsa nueva. Llega la chispa de Izzy, la enfermera de la salsa. Por primera vez en Estados Unidos y directamente desde las Islas Canarias, Iván Kaku. El legado continúa con Christian Rey. Y celebrando 55 años de trayectoria, la leyenda Chamaco Rivera. En los platos, Georgie DJ. Desde New Jersey nos llega DJ Rich. Y desde Richmond, Virginia nos llega un DJ veterano de guerra, Mr. Stop the Madness, William Estremera. Y todavía quedan artistas por anunciar. ¿Que dónde es el lugar? Legends Restaurant Lounge, International Drive, Orlando. Boletos ya a la venta desde 20 pesitos. Entra a tickery.com y busca las mejores alternativas. Hasta VIP para 10 personas. Y como si fuera poco, también estaremos honrando a nuestros policías, bomberos, first responders. Entra a tickery.com y adquiere tu taquilla ya. Bailable Internacional de los Veteranos número 2, Legends Restaurant Lounge en la 5250 International Drive, Orlando, sábado 9 de noviembre. Una producción de Conclase Media Group y la Feria Salsera.
You probably know that every year on November 11th, Americans celebrate Veterans Day to honor the millions of men and women who have served or are serving in the nation's armed forces. But bet you didn't know the whole story behind the holiday. For starters, it wasn't originally called Veterans Day, but Armistice Day, to commemorate the truce signed between the Allies and Germany in World War I on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. The first Armistice Day in the U.S. was celebrated on November 11th, 1919. All business was suspended for 2 minutes starting at 11 a.m., and parades and public gatherings were held to commemorate the occasion. Later, America also began honoring its unknown soldiers on Armistice Day, a tradition that continues today. At 11 a.m. every Veterans Day, a color guard ceremony represents all branches of the military at the Tomb of the Unknowns in Arlington National Cemetery. In 1954, the name was changed to Veterans Day, following a national campaign to have the day honor all veterans, not just those who served in World War I. And did you know, for 7 years, Veterans Day was actually celebrated in October? In 1968, Congress moved Veterans Day to the fourth Monday in October so that government employees could enjoy a long weekend. But in 1975, President Gerald Ford returned Veterans Day to November 11th due to the historical significance. And that's where it sits on the calendar today. And do you know the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day? Both of them honor those men and women who have served in the military, but Memorial Day honors America's war dead, while Veterans Day honors all American veterans, living and dead. The U.S. Census Bureau estimates that there are currently over 21 million living military veterans in the United States. More than 16 million of these served during times of war, while 5.5 million served during peacetime only. So this Veterans Day, don't forget to say thanks to some of the millions of men and women who have served our country.
Collaboration.
So sorry, we forgot the mute button. Hey, so I hope everybody learned something today because I did. I've learned about Wreaths Across America, what their mission is to honor all veterans all year. They have different things that they do, but especially December 14th, like I said, you can buy a wreath and go to one of the locations and place a wreath on a soldier's tombstone. And I just learned history about why we call it Veterans Day and what the purpose is. So I hope everybody has a great day. Happy Veterans Day to all your veterans. And we'll talk again next week because next week is Veterans Day. Just a little early. And don't forget, this weekend we got the Bailable de Salsa. You still can get tickets. And we got a lot of more stuff going on. And you'll see during the week. So have a great weekend, everybody. And stay safe.